Hello and welcome back. So, I tried filming this once. I've had tech issues with my spare phone. Um, as I explained in my first attempt at recording this, it was like blinking. Like, it went from seeing what I was seeing to black to seeing what I was seeing to black. And I tried restarting the phone, nothing. Tried turning the phone off, nothing. Eventually, it turned off and turned back on again, and we're fine. Then I got interrupted by my cat screaming outside my door trying to come in whilst I'm recording. Then I realised there was awful lighting and I looked like I had a massive shine on my forehead. So the top light's off, the curtain is open, hence the white glare coming in from there, making me look fucking holy. Ironic. And then I also realised that my mic wasn't turned on, and now it is. So hopefully this take will sound better than the last one I was trying to do. But you're here for the 2 EP review. I'm not sure what episode we're on, but we are looking at 2 quite good EPs this week. So first up we have Sola Provitas by Plaguebringer, which is 6 songs over 22 minutes. And a new thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what year and time frame they came out in. So this one released back in April the 28th of 2023, so quite a recent EP. So we're going to start with track 1, the title track Sola Provitas, which is about 1 minute and 7 seconds long, and we open up with this creepy music box instrumental that's unsettling, and it kind of slowly transforms into the screeching weird noise before the second song picks up, which is track 2, Destined to be Hanged. Is it destined to be hanged or destined to be hung? It could be hung. I had an awful headache when I was writing this EP up, so my handwriting is a little sloppier than normal, so forgive me if I stumble over what I'm trying to read off of my script. And this song is just shy of 4 minutes long, so the vocals kick in quickly. There's a great mix of highs and mids. The mix also throughout this entire EP is really good. Nothing stands out more than the other things, because with some bands, vocals, you can hear that they take center stage over the guitars and drums and bass, and other people like to mix their stuff, so the instrumentals of the music kind of jump out a bit more at the forefront when you're listening to it, whereas this, everything felt equal, it felt polished. No one thing was trying to command your attention, even though I did find myself kind of tuning into the drums and stuff and guitars a bit more. But I'm a nerd for that shit. I love it when an EP or an album has fantastic drum work and guitar work on it. It just, yeah, it's something I could gush over. And at one point I was kind of like, does this band have 2 vocalists? Because there was dueling vocals at points where the mids were going on and then there's a highs in the background, so I couldn't work out if there was 2 vocalists or if they just layered them in post-production, but either way it sounded fucking cool. So then we get some unexpected male cleans, actually, which, like I said, I didn't expect them at all. They weren't bad. They were only used for a short period of time. They didn't overstay their welcome. Yeah, they kind of fit it in nicely and didn't overplay them. The drums are rapid and they stand out very well. Like I said, if you're a drum fan, a fan of good drum work, this is probably an EP to check out just based on that alone, because the drumming, I was kind of zoning out at points just listening to the patterns of the drums, and it was really well done. And as well as that, like I said, the fucking guitar work was absolutely stellar. I'll probably, no, I won't probably, I definitely talk about that in a few of the other songs on this EP. But yeah, that was track 2. So moving on, we have track number 3, which is A Perilous Path to Ruin, which is 5 minutes and I think 16 seconds. So we get creepy operatic female backing vocals here over a low male, almost spoken voice. Floaty guitars, very airy, almost like somber, creepy vibes, which then quickly descend into a heavier sound and more intensity, more immensely well done guitar work here on this track. The song just really, I enjoyed it, honestly. Fast, unrelenting drum patterns, definitely a holy shit kind of inducing track. And there's like this piano-esque fade out at the end of the song into the next, which I thought was done perfectly. Very, very good track, and it didn't overstay its welcome because like it's 5 minutes. Like when a metal band does a longer song, depending on how it is produced, how it is mixed, how it is crafted by the band, it can overstay its welcome or it can understay its welcome. And I would say this here kind of sat neatly in between the two. It didn't overstay, but it didn't understay, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Track 4 we'll move on to is Filth Before the Throne. And this is like 3 minutes 39, 3 minutes 40 seconds. Once again, this track left me creaming over the guitar work because just holy fuck, honestly, that's the only word to describe some of the guitar stuff in this is holy fuck. The solos are really awesome on this one. The bloody drums and the vocals really kind of worked well as a pair here on this track. It's just intense as hell throughout and I loved it. That's the one thing I could definitely say is the best description of just everything about this band is intensity. The drum work is fast and furious and intense. The guitar work is just shredding and like tense. The vocals are just in your face, gnarly and mids and highs, and it's, yeah, again, intense. I believe as well, when I looked up the band to try and work out how many vocalists they had and who was in it and stuff, that this is a blackened deathcore band, which you can really kind of tell the blackened influences, and the deathcore definitely shines through as well. But moving on, we have track 5, The Veil of Illusions. Now forgive me, I am going to take a sip of my drink because I am getting a little bit parched. So this one is about 3.5 minutes long. And again, the unrelenting speed stick here. Like I said, the blackened influences really shine through in some elements, more so on this one. Especially a vocal delivery or the cadence of the delivery of the vocals. The entire build of this track with the vocal fallout into a siren-like guitar, like squeal solo riff. The drawn out high vocal lines before the silence at the end. Just everything was really well done. Which then brings us to track 6, which is The Night Devours. 5 minutes and 8 seconds. So a twinkling piano and violin here to start this off before boom. it all kind of kicks in, and once more, it's an incredibly well crafted work that just layers the vocals. The softer elements sprinkled in here and there at the beginning just kind of add that extra layer, I guess, to it. The solos are fantastic. It all felt, again, similar to the other 5-minute track where I said this. Felt like it went by quicker than 5 minutes. Honestly, I'll definitely be looking into more from this band, Plaguebringer. I might even review a couple more, because I think when I researched them, it said they have 3 more EPs out, or maybe 2 EPs in an album. So we'll have to definitely see about that. I might even end up giving them like their own special where I do 2 of their EPs back to back, just to try and cover their entire discography, and then do an album review on them as well if they've got one. But yeah, the one thing I will say is I didn't actually get to pull out stuff from the tracks, because normally when I'm doing it, I use the Genius app for getting all my lyrics and stuff, because they have, generally speaking, any band you can think of, even some of the more obscure ones that I've done on here. But when I search up Plaguebringer on here, it only brings up their 2019 album Diablos, where just under half of the album doesn't have actually any lyrics put onto it. So like the first 5 songs apparently have it, but then after that 6 to 11 just have jack shit. And apparently they don't have any of their other material. But Amazon Music, who is what I use to stream on and stuff, they have all 4, like I said, their 3 EPs and the album. So I'll have to use that and try and get creative if I want to do some more of it. But anyway, that's enough of Plaguebringer. No, actually, I'll do this now. So, Plaguebringer, Sola Provitas, top 4. We've got track 1, or not track 1, but spot 1, Destined to Hang, A Perilous Path to Ruin, The Night Devours, and Veil of Illusion, roughly in that order. Honestly, all of them were kind of cool. Like those 5 full tracks on there that had vocals and everything on it, because like track 1 I didn't count since it was kind of like an intro. But yeah, it was hard. I had to leave one out, and yeah. So moving on to EP number 2, we are looking at Like Moths to Flames and their EP Pure Like Porcelain, which is 5 songs, 17 minutes, and came out on November the 5th of 2021. So track 1 is called Ameliorate. It's about 3 minutes and 17 seconds long. And we start off with some drums and a guitar riff before the vocals kick in. We get some really well done kind of like mid-tones before the cleans actually come in. Because that's one thing I did know about like Moths to Flames. I've listened to them a little bit. I knew they kind of utilize cleans a little bit more in their stuff every now and then. So I had a bit of an idea what to expect going into this one. And like I said, the cleans don't overstay their welcome. They're utilized very well. They're put in at the right place, and there's like this one, like almost Sam Carter levels of perfect blah. That's the best way for me to do it without full on doing it. And yeah, like I said, the timing, the like venom on it, the point, it rivals, like I said, Sam Carter, Chris Motionless's Blaze even. Like it was gold. It was good. So moving on, we have track number 2, views from halfway down, which is just shy of 3 minutes 50. And again here, as I've been saying, like, for a lot of this kind of session, like, the drums and guitar work here are great. They have some groove. Whilst the lower vocals slowly, and when I say lower vocals, again, it's kind of like this, like almost like a harsh ASMR, gravelly whisper sort of thing. They slowly give way to the heavier tones and the vocals, and I really like the ebb and flow of the speeds and the styles of vocal here throughout the track, like just to give it almost like this like give and take to the entire like flow. It's very well done. Moving on, we have track 3, Preservation of Hate, which is 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Probably going to get fed up of this, but the guitars here have a lot of chunk and aggression to them. I really enjoyed the guitar work. The vocals have some bite and a bit of like venom and this like almost like anger to them, too, which kind of like really fits the title of the track. It fits what I could tell like the vibe they were probably going for, a bit more of that like angsty, aggression filled sort of tone. Wish I had a bit more to say about that one. I actually kind of just got lost in it. My mic's cut off. Okay, well, I guess that's annoying. I don't know when that happened. Sorry about that. So track 4, we have Gnashing Teeth, 3 minutes 25 seconds. Here, that aggression from the last song kind of feels like it keeps on for the start here, and it eventually gives break for some cleans, and just everything about this. The instrumentation here was perfect, the vocals were perfect, the fade out was perfect. The placement of it on the EP I feel like was really well as well. Not a lot more I could say. And then finally we have the track number 5, Do Not Resuscitate, 3 minutes 50, just shy of 4 minutes roughly. We end off with these vocals over an understated instrumental, which slowly builds up. There's a smattering of emotion here on the track. Like, you can pick out like words that kind of have like a bit more emphasis on them than others. You can sense it, like I said, as well. The drums are well stated and incredible. The guitars punctuate everything well with their tone too. And the final 30 seconds was, again, like I said earlier about one of the other songs on here, chef's kiss kind of moment. So what were my top 4s for this one? For Pure Like Porcelain, we are going for Do Not Resuscitate, Gnashing Teeth, I abbreviated one of the things, The Preservation of Hate, and Ameliorate. I think those 4 kind of encompass it well. Both EPs really surprised me. I really enjoyed both of them, and I would strongly suggest checking both of the artists out. With that being said, that is everything for this episode of the 2 EP review. Let me just go into my list. I will see you in the next video, which will be a review of Texas in July's newest album, Without Reason. So with that, all that's left to be said is goodbye, my friends, and remember to stay safe.